everyone. Welcome to Madam Jess's Spicy Book Hour. I'm so glad you could join us for the second one. Yay!
Yay.
So, I am Jess, or Madam Jess. Next, we have our beautiful Claire.
Hi, I'm Claire. Nice to meet everybody.
Then we have our beautiful Jesus.
Oh, that me. Hello.
Yes.
And then we have our beautiful Jen.
Hi.
And lastly, but certainly not least, we have our wonderful, beautiful Lee.
Hello.
I'm so glad you guys could join us tonight. Tonight we are going to actually switch it up. So how this fun spicy book hour is going to work is 1 week we're going to do a book, and then we're skipping a week, and then the next week we're doing a fan fiction. So we're going to get into some fanfic tonight. And the first one we decided to go with is called Toji and Rei, and it's actually a fan comic. It is by our beautiful and lovely Kim Miranda Isaiah, and I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not entirely sure, but she is very wonderful. She has been creating for a while. We actually have her links up in the corner right here, so please go check her out. I really enjoyed all of her what she had to say about Toji and Rei. So we're gonna get into this now. All right, guys, everybody ready? We're getting into spoilers.
Already? Let's do it. Okay.
We're getting into spoilers. All right. So, Toji and Rei. It's a beautiful, wonderful comic about Avatar: The Last Airbender. It starts with two airbender, or I'm so sorry, two benders. They, it starts with Rei and her father, who are part of the Fire Nation. It goes into them being in the southern, I think it's the Southern Water Tribe area.
That's what I was thought,
I
but
think that's where
couldn't-
they fled.
Yes. Then they went to his father had to repair their ship. He luckily knew someone in this water tribe who agreed to watch Rei. Rei starts learning about the water tribe, is friends with benders. Also, she stays with the family and meets Toji, a young male waterbender. And they begin to be friends. They end up falling somewhat in love. It's very cute and cozy, and I love this so much. So, I would like to start. Who has things that they absolutely loved about this fanfic? Let's start with Lee.
Okay. Well, for me, I got to meet Kim, and it was amazing to meet her and to see her art. And I think the thing that drew me to this initially, other than loving Avatar, the whole universe, and all of the different aspects, was the art. It's just so amazing. It's really beautiful, and I feel like very true to the concept art from the series, but also a nice spin on it. Where I think one of my favorite parts of the art actually was the eyes. I feel like they're very expressive, and I think that's, for me, I would think that's very, very hard to do. So I feel like she did a really great job in getting like the cute moments and kind of the angry, frustrated moments. And so, particularly for me, with any kind of graphic novel, comic, that kind of thing, I'm always really interested in how they translate the dialogue to the art, because they get to use both medium. And I think it was just a really seamless, beautiful job. I appreciated that so much. The story was wonderful, but the art just kind of blew me away.
Especially
I-
the bonus art at the end.
I
Yes, that was
absolutely
pretty
agree.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She had amazing art. It was this makes it very stand apart in the fanfic community, because sometimes fan fiction is just words, but because she did this fan comic where she
Mhm.
drew all of this as well, and she knew exactly where she wanted to go with it, and it was just so cohesive as a story. I loved it. It was wonderful. I think that was a very good
Yeah.
point. Jen, would you like to add anything to that?
To build on Lee's, the flow of the comic frames was really great. A lot of times when you read something that's not professional, especially a comic, like you kind of get lost in the frames. But the flow was fantastic. And there really was a lot of exposition about the different histories and stuff, which was super cool because don't hate me, I don't know a lot about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've seen
Up
the
there.
series and the movie, but I've never, really delved into it. But I learned a lot about the whole verse from this. It was cool.
That is also a incredible thing because some people may not be as well versed into the world, and you want to have them kind of understand what's happening. So I agree 100%.
Still
Fanfics.
enjoyed it, even though I didn't know all of the history.
Exactly. And fanfic should include most of everybody, and still try to pull people into the existing canon, basically. Awesome. So, Jesus, what did you think?
So, building off of Jen and Lee, the art definitely was amazing. I think the story was really cool. You definitely felt that you were in Avatar: The Last Airbender world. You, I feel that many times there's too many cooks in the kitchen, especially in like the graphic novel world, where like not only did someone write it, but that someone drew it and someone inked it and someone painted on it, and some concepts can get lost. This was all one person, so it was all her vision. Um, and the fact that they're selling this at cons and going and talking to people and meeting the people, that's very, very sweet. But I think the absolute favorite thing in here is the art within the art, because when she was when Toji was drawing inside of a drawing, it was just adorable because you saw like
It
a
was,
tiny little like semi chibi ness drawings inside of it, and I just thought that was very cute.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like it when writers write about writing and when directors direct about directing. So when artists paint in paintings, it's cute.
I absolutely agree with that. It it definitely draws you into the character, and it's like, "Oh wow, their drawings kind of sort of look like mine," or maybe not so much, but they obviously have talent." And I'm like, "That's
Yeah.
cool." I
It was
absolutely agree.
also sorry. It was also a nice moment that like it's two different things, but they're doing it together. So it's like, okay, they have these different backgrounds, and of course they have different artistic abilities, as we saw with Toji's drawing. But they were still enjoying it together, even though it was different. So I felt like that was really like went with the plot of the story as well.
I agree. I 100% agree. Claire, what was your favorite parts?
Um, I am an Avatar fan for just for a reference. So I'm a big Avatar fan. It's one of my comfort shows.
Heck yeah.
And but this is the first fanfic I've ever read. Aside from some like
Woo!
random pieces of Harry Potter fanfic, like this is my first like full on fanfic, and I really liked it. I wasn't sure if I would, if I'm being honest, because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this because it's not like in the universe, but I love that she had her own vision for like something that could be, and like had this side story because I mean in some ways it could be in the Avatar world because they totally do like side stories to build the world out to help you be able to um feel like you're with them in that world. So
Mhm.
I absolutely loved it. I love the story between the two. I love how she built on what we already know about, the beef between, waterbender and firebender and just being able to like step in and understand exactly where I'm at and like exactly the history between these two nations, but then adding your own Papa like history. I think that was some of my favorite part of the book was a little like nugget of like this is how we, this is a story from my family. Well, ours is very similar, but it's like this, and I totally loved that. I thought it was super cute. Yeah, it was such a great, cute little story, and I liked it a lot.
Oh my goodness. So we actually have Kim in our chat right now.
I was
Hey,
about to
I
to
know.
say hello and welcome, but yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Hi. She says, I'm legit crying in the club right now. Thank you so for being so kind. This fan comic has been my pet project for 19 years. Wow.
wow.
You are incredible. Oh,
Yeah.
don't cry. We're
We
not
love
trying to
you.
make
We
you
wanted
cry.
to share.
What
The note on the back about how, it was so hard in the making and all of that. It's
Mhm.
really cool when you get to connect with the writer. I like
Exactly.
it.
It's so
what
awesome.
what club you at? A real question.
She's at the club.
The club.
The club.
As long as it's not the club, we're all right.
Yeah, oh yeah. No. Uh yeah, yeah, she's at the club, I told you.
Hell yeah.
Wait, where's the
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I personally, when I was reading this, I was like in the Avatar world, that was the biggest thing was like I was imagining myself there. I was seeing everything like in
Hmm.
the water tribe, experiencing these times with the family that you had, and I was like, okay, I am fully invested in this. This reminds me of watching Avatar. This is absolutely correct.
Yeah,
But not only that, it was like this is pure, like I could see these characters fitting in exactly where they needed to be in the Avatar world. And I was
because
like, okay, this works.
because in Avatar they have a very good it's nothing's black and white. Everything's very very gray, especially when it comes to like ethical and moral dilemmas. And when you're putting a person who's you are part of that organization and that group that is intentionally causing harm to us, and now we're here to protect you and defend you,
Hmm.
and keep you safe. Like, I think that was written very well.
I thought so too. I was like, I could see this scenario happening in real
Mhm.
time. And on top of that, when you were referring back to like the past and the stories within the story, which I loved, um,
Yeah.
and the different color changes and the different,
Yeah,
it was perfectly done because I was like, okay,
So beautiful.
I'm not taken out of this world at all. I'm still in this world. I'm still listening to these characters tell this story, but also I'm seeing what happened in the past or I'm seeing these stories play out and I'm like I'm fully invested. I could see this happening in the show. Um and the art I
build
was mwah, of course.
build on what you said that felt like the color, like from the firebending perspective of her back in the firebending world. I felt like the red versus the blue really helped
Mhm.
tie in that perspective because it was like, oh, she's in a dream. Like I can tell because the whole page changed, right? Like
Right?
I love the attention to detail to make me step into the scene that we're in, right? Because
Absolutely.
sometimes it's happening in the next page, changing scene. So I love that.
And
I love.
sometimes
Absolutely.
it's confusing too, but this was really cut and dry. Like you
Mhm.
knew what was happening.
Yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Oh, well, you mean so much to us for making this.
Yes, we love
I
it.
wanted it character driven, just like what I love about the OG Avatar series. Yes, I 100% agree. I'm with you there. This series, the whole series was all about just these characters and getting to know them. And I was on board 100%. Um, because even if it wasn't like a fantastical world that had all of these different things going on in it, I was like, these people are so strong in their each a different way, and I'm enjoying getting to know them personally. Um, I'm very
I totally
character
felt the
driven.
same. I disagree. I think it's such a fantastical world just because, like, um, I love that's what I love about it. Is like I love the diversity in the show. I
Oh, for
And
love
the
sure.
the
animals, like the blended animals,
Oh,
are so
that is
cute.
yeah.
We're actually going to bring that up later. So, pin in that. But yes, I think that what the show and what you managed to do very well was show us that not all people have just one side of them. They have multiple different sides, multiple different faces. They
Yeah, they're
change.
complex.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I love
but
that.
even
complex emotions.
Yes.
yeah, but even the cultures are complex, right?
Yeah.
To because
Mhm.
from the firebender, especially at the end where like I think you guys like talked about it earlier, where you go from her perspective, like the waterbenders think that the firebenders are evil, but the firebenders think that they're peacekeepers or peacemakers, and
Exactly.
that's what they're doing, right? But really, they're causing harm to another
Yeah.
tribe, and so that's what she's like. Oh, I can't believe my people did this because that's not how we were taught we were. But I think even that is so dynamic and
Hmm.
plays into like what you would see in the world anyway, right? There's always
Yeah.
two sides to a story.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
I love when people will sit and listen to the other side of the story, to not their opinion, and just sit and listen with that and try to absorb it and possibly grow from that, because that's what all of this is about. Trying to
And
be better. Hmm.
she didn't immediately reject it either. It was, wait, is this really what's happening? You know,
Exactly.
she didn't just immediately take her own people's side. It was, okay, let me question this.
Hmm.
Exactly. So
Yeah, it's like a coming of age kind of
it
situation. I
is.
Oh
think
yeah, for sure.
that's the thing about Avatar. I think that's so engaging, and just the universe in general, is because you get to see adolescents in these like difficult coming of age moments with this political strife that they didn't necessarily cause, that they were born into, how they handle that. And this, I feel like this work that Kim did is just so beautifully on theme with that, because you get to see these complex emotions in adolescence, and I think it just resonates with everybody that reads it, because you can kind of remember times maybe that you've been in similar situations, or you've had to learn new cultures and things, and I think it's really good. It's
Absolutely.
affirming, life affirming.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's also very timely in our world right now, right? Because we
Yeah.
face that now, right?
Exactly. Exactly. uh I do love what you said. Uh Yes, like the war conflict in Toji and Rei is not complex, but what's complex is that Rei doesn't understand. And I
Mhm.
100% love this. And Toji then has to realize Rei isn't a monster. She's a girl who grew up differently with different information. And that's exactly that. It literally is what happens. People just don't take that time to understand where another person's coming from, or how they're looking at things, or what their view of the world is. And instead of coming at it with um, open ears, open eyes, just trying to understand what they're trying to say or what they're telling us, um, they respond with hate or fear or anger. And I think that you showed everyone in this comic that you don't have to do that. You don't have to respond that way. You can literally just say, this is different than what I've been told. This is what I'm learning from the first time right now. So I appreciate that, and I hope that it really does reach more people,
Yep.
and helps people understand each other better. That's really what we want.
Yeah.
Just coming at it from a place of curiosity, right? And
Hmm.
continued actions. Because I feel like that's a little bit what happened. She wanted to ask more and see, like, okay, well, tell me, just coming at a place of curiosity.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. Um, I do love what you said actually in the very first part of your comic, that you said, um, though through the main comics, novels, and series are mostly epic in size and scope, my story tries its best as a roughly done story of intimacy, friendship, love, and romance within two main characters. And let me tell you, as soon as I read that, I was like, this girl know what she talking about. I love that. And that feels very important. Especially to kind of connect with people. So I really do think that you did a wonderful job, Kim, and thank you so much for giving us this wonderful story because it
It was a
really
fun
is so
read.
cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it was
Yeah,
so cute. Mhm.
you'll have to share where we can all buy our own copy. I would love a copy of
Yes.
it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Especially support like an artist who's in the Avatar world. I'm here for. I'm here for the art. I'm here, and I would love my own copy. So if you will share a place where I can get my own copy.
Well, I
Mhm.
do have
Yeah.
her links listed
I was
right
gonna say, yeah,
here. We have her Patreon is at Kim Miranda. Her Instagram is at Isa. Is that how I'm saying it? I Ayasa. Is that your name? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember how to say this. Or at Blue Moth Co. Um, Isaiah. Okay, Isaiah. Sorry. All
Shannon said
right.
she's working on volume 2, y'all,
Yeah.
by
Oh
the
my
way.
gosh, yes. Yes.
So that'll be awesome.
Cannot wait for this.
Mhm.
That bonus advance art is gonna
Yes.
come in
Part
handy.
2 review coming up.
Exactly. Part 2. So, we are reviewing this wonderful story. I called it a very cozy kind of fanfic because I've read fanfics for a lot of years of my life. I'm very familiar with all kinds of different stuff, from the spicy to the not so spicy to cozy to hardcore.
This is
So
my first legit fanfic in
yeah,
actual in the realm of romance.
uh huh.
So like I'm glad that I'm dipping my toes in slowly.
Cozy is a
Cozy.
great way to start.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I I love it. Whoa. Uh-oh. Did we lose Claire? We
You had
lost
an
Claire.
uh-oh.
We had an uh-oh.
We need to move Claire. Yeah,
Okay,
thank
there's
you.
There
Claire.
she is.
My
Whoops.
bad.
It's all good. um so
No, that's fine. If it's not too cozy, volume 2,
Yeah,
that's good.
we're okay with that too. It's cool. I mean, they were 10 in this one, so it stayed appropriate.
yes.
Yes, that's the
It
very
Stayed
appropriate
appropriate.
age. Yes.
it was a perfect diving in point. And
Yes.
honestly, I'm ready for it to get not so cozy. So I'm okay with this because Avatar very much goes into not cozy territory.
Yeah.
So it's still an amazing series to watch, but yeah, it goes into not cozy. So I do have a couple of little fun things to kind of to go off of.
I also have one if you don't ask it, but I assume you will ask it
Oh,
whenever you get to questions.
cool. Okay. Well, actually, why don't we just go ahead and do questions now that we have about either the series or specifically Toji and Rei. What happens with them? We want to see more. Jesus, you want to start us off?
Oh yeah. Also, I think Nimrod's in chat. So yo, hi. If you didn't have this question ready, Jess,
Yes.
here we go. But if you did, sorry for taking your question.
No, no.
And also everyone in chat, type in. But in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender, what would be your bending?
That's a great one. That's a great one.
So, giving you a little bit of time to think, from taking a plethora, if you will, of online quizzes, I always get earthbending. Because I guess bullheaded. I don't know. But I really enjoy the idea of the happiness of the fire within, like the joy that Zuko got from like learning from the actual dragons,
Mhm.
like that, like the warmth and like this energy from everything that is life. But at the end of the day, probably going to be Earthbender because um, I'm set in ways, and you guys know me. Like sometimes I am sucking away, and like I will not change it no matter what
We're
because
Earth
you
signs. We understand it.
because
you
because
dig
ethics
in.
are a thing. Yes,
You
yeah,
dig in
morals and
with your
ethics. Yeah, yeah,
roots. I get
yes,
that. You're
yes,
very you got to be grounded in what you
yeah.
believe or what you think, and I get
It's
that.
gonna be hard to knock me down, bitch. All right, who's next?
All right, Lee, what would you be?
I yeah, I have done I think one quiz and it came out Earth, and that sounds right to me because Virgo, Earth sign, all of those things. I just feel like I find grounding and love to connect with nature, and in that I think it's more like the forest bathing, like walking barefoot outside. That's just my jam. So I think I'd definitely be an earthbender.
Yes, absolutely. Claire.
Well, I was gonna say earthbender because I'm a geologist.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say
That makes perfect sense.
that's
I
the most
mean,
natural.
I am the ultimate connection with the earth, but I'm gonna switch it up then. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna say airbender
ooh,
because
Ooh.
I fucking love airbenders. Well, I'm a
yes.
Libra. I'm an air
Mhm.
sign. I'm very like light. I try to be very lighthearted and worldly and understand other people. And I'm a little bit of I'm a yogi and a hippie, so I feel like all of those things would just make me an airbender. And I would love the chance to fly, right? Like
I mean,
being
yeah.
Who wouldn't?
That's an
I would
amazing
be with
choice.
air, just like floating in the sky, or I would love freaking Appa, right? Like, oh my
Oh,
god,
Yeah.
Oh, so great.
oh my
I want
gosh.
Appa so bad. Actually, I might have something here, but I have to find
Yeah,
it.
air bison for the win.
Yes, air bisons for the win.
Yeah.
Jen, what would you want to
Uh,
be?
well, I think what you would be and what you want to be can sometimes be two different things.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely, it could be.
agree, agree.
Because I would want to be a firebender, but
I
I'm pretty sure from like everything else that like I would be water. Because I love that.
I found it. I knew I had it somewhere.
Thank you.
But yes, you're a waterbender, huh?
I would think so. I
Yeah.
love the water and the beach, and I don't know, like Lee said, with walking barefoot through the forest. Like that's my walking barefoot through the forest. Like I could literally just spend all day laying on the beach just listening to the ocean.
Oh yeah. So, I also have to say water. I feel at home in the water. I literally take baths all the time so I could just be in the water. I
Mhm.
literally have done like kind of like ritual spells if you want to get into it, like that were just calling for protection and things like that. Because I feel at home in the water. Anytime it's raining outside, I usually, if as long as it's not too like thunder or anything, I will go out there and be like in the
Rainstorm
water.
for the win.
Um, that's where I'm the happiest. It's where I belong. And if I could make water like flow and uh that would be like the coolest thing ever, and I'd be so happy because I'd always have water.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I drink a lot of water too, so
You could just walk
What?
around in your own bubble all day.
I know.
Just
How
be like
fun would
water
that
from
be?
the neck down, and you could just be like that.
Yay, water bending for the win. Also, everybody's is 100%. I love that because I could see you as an airbender, Claire. I could see you as a earthbender, Lee and Jesus. I love this. This works perfectly, and even if you don't connect to a um, element in particular, I really do feel like there's so many others because literally what Sokka says in the series is like he calls out every single one of the elements and is like earth, water, air, fire, fan, and sword. so so literally, we got you covered here. Fan and sword. I love it. All right. So I'm glad you asked that question, Jesus, because this goes into my question as well. So
we
what?
planned it that way.
What? So my question for everybody is in the Avatar universe, if you could have a companion animal that is a mix of two different animals, just like the turtle duck, just like the flying bison, what would you choose? Because I have thought about this so many times and it always changes.
It's mean to make people pick just one.
I know. So but yeah, two. It's two animals combined. So that's why I'm like it's not the worst question, but also I'm very curious to see if people have something that they may. A catbird. Oh, Momo. Momo, exactly. A
Yes.
catbird would be so freaking cute. I cannot. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cute. I'm just thinking of the art that you would draw for it. It'd be so cute.
Okay, that many claws and wings at the same time probably going to be disastrous. Though. Just saying, don't piss it off.
Narwhal sheep. Oh yes. Yes, absolutely. I could see that. I could see that. That's very cute. And actually, I think I have a narwhal right there. It's one of my little fun things. Let's see.
All
Does
them
anybody
props.
have anything that they could think of off the top of their head?
I would choose the flying bison. I mean, I was so excited when I realized if I was an airbender, I could get it. I would have one, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, Appa
Yeah.
is the best, so we love him.
But also, bison are my spirit animal. Like,
Really?
I absolutely love bison. So I also didn't think about that till you asked what animal would you choose. But I
Yeah.
love bison. They have been my favorite animal for decades. So.
Oh, that is fantastic. I love that. Okay, 100%. Jesus, do you have anything?
I think like I'm very boring when it comes to like what's your like favorite animal, whatever, because like when I've done the like what's your Patronus or like spirit animal test, whatever, it's dog.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna have to be like a dog, rabbit, or something along those lines.
A
Like if it
corgi
was
rabbit?
like
Corgi? That
a
makes
corgi
sense.
rabbit
Dog
would, yeah, yeah, it would be something that already has the heartbeat of a rabbit, so a corgi rabbit would be the best.
Just the cute little
Um,
bunny ears on top of
Yeah,
Cinnabon's head.
would
Oh
be
my gosh.
like if it was in the Avatar world of like a canon creature, it'd probably be a wolf bat, but I think like a corgi bunny.
Those are awesome. I agree. Absolutely. And I can totally
That is
see.
going to have the shortest legs of any
Oh
animal
my
ever.
god, yes,
do it.
yes.
Hop, hop, hop. That's so cute. Oh, Lee, do you have
Yes.
anything?
Yes. Well, for me, it's always got to be something with a pug. So right there with the whole dog thing too. But I would think because I've seen some of those crazy AI mashed up images of like a pug head on a different animal. The one that I thought was the coolest was a pug on an owl, which I think would be amazing. But if it was like, I would want it to be some kind of more of a bigger bird. I think that would be really cool because pugs are so small.
Like
it
an
would
eagle?
Be cool. Yeah, I was thinking like a giant eagle or something. To see a pug type visage on a big bird, just like mash it up. That's what I think
All of those
I
wrinkles.
would love so much.
All of those wrinkles. That's so cute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wolfbat and Shirishu, yes, they're very awesome animals, I gotta say. That's yeah.
Mhm.
Jen, do you have anything that comes to mind?
Okay, but one I would want for a pet
Mhm.
would be like a horse dog.
Oh,
Because
that's
horses are
adorable.
so close already.
Yeah.
You know? Like I just want a horse to try to snuggle with me. Like
Yeah.
it just sounds funny.
Oh,
And you can teach it tricks.
That would
That'd
be
be fun.
amazing, honestly. I could see that, honestly.
I would let you know that being on many ranches and have many families with ranches, cows are a great because you know how sometimes you want to just cuddle up your baby, but you can't
Yes.
because they're small and you'll squeeze them or suffocate them. You can do that to a cow and they don't give a fuck
They don't.
because
Yeah.
they're
You don't
they're
have to worry
huge
about them.
beasts. You can hug them all you want. You can give them all the biggest like pats because sometimes you do that with
You
big
just wanna,
puppies and like
oh,
they don't
love
care.
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Um, I agree, and I've seen a lot of people post pictures of their cows laying on them, and they're like, "Well, I can't move now."
Yeah, it's actually
Sorry, I have
illegal.
a cow in my lap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so for me, I've struggled with this because it always changes. I'm not joking. Like it always changes with me. I just love animals in general. There's only one thing I cannot stand, and it's literally because I'm scared of them. So yeah. But I think mine would probably be some type of like tiger and and this is gonna sound funny, but kind of a bat because I thought that the tiger bat would be so cute. Like it just have little tiny wings, but it would like barely go anywhere. But like
Love it.
I was
Okay,
just
but
like,
what if it
that's
was
so
like the
cute.
bumblebee and the wings have no business working, but they work perfectly?
Exactly, that would be the
That would
the
be
move.
amazing. Giant tiger with tiny wings. Just
Exactly.
flying
I'm
around
like,
everywhere.
rawr.
Nice.
Yeah, I because it always changes. So my favorite animal is an orca, a killer whale. So I've literally combined that with like wolves and things like that. I'm like that would be really cool, like a wolf orca or something. But yeah, I my newest one is probably the bat with the tiger, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we're doing that.
Nice.
I can see the bad tiger more than I can see the orca wolf. I feel like the
Yeah.
bad tiger, like they would just hop, and because they already have like big hops, like cats can jump really far or high, and then it would just like to catch more air and just start waving its wings and then take off even more.
Exactly.
that
So
makes sense.
it I my head like combines things in a weird way, and I always get like images in my head when I'm like reading books or fanfics or anything in general. My imagination is strong, so the fact that I was so transported into this world where she
Yeah.
had all of the art already done, I was like, I'm in it. I'm not leaving it. I'm escaping there. It's perfect. So thank you so
I
much,
live here
Kim.
now.
um, so, let's see. Oh, did anybody have like a favorite part of the story that they wanted to share? Okay, my favorite part probably would be probably when Ray and Toji are exchanging those stories with each other, and they're like, "I think I have that one too in my tribe," but um, it's about I'm trying to remember exactly what it was because it was the Sun people in Ray's tribe, which kind of represents the fire, and then wasn't it like the night?
It was a
Yeah,
moonlight, or
Yeah.
yeah, and then you
yes,
see the
which represents the
northern
water tribe. So I was like, okay, that's perfect. And hearing those slight differences to the story, but the same story being there, I was like, this is so cute and perfect. It works so well. And saying like we have shared background. It's just slightly different depending on where we come from. And that was just it I don't know, it immediately made me go, oh, I love this. And you could see them like really paying attention to each other and starting to have that friendship maybe blossom into something else. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh. As I said last time, I am a fan of the slow burn, so you know.
That one's very slow. Maybe like 10 years.
It's okay. That's fine. Sometimes slow burns, when they build, I'm like, yay! It's the better payoff.
Sure.
Does
My
anybody
favorite
else?
part
Mhm.
didn't really have a lot to do with the storyline, weirdly. I love the fact that, like, well, first there's the fact that this water bending family took her in,
Mhm.
and that none of them, aside from Toji, are even like on edge or anything. The girls are like, oh, and just that you see so much of like the family being normal. Like even in the background of some of the frames was like the kids arguing with each other or
Yes.
mom telling them something. Like it wasn't just here's this one line.
Mhm.
It was here's this home situation,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know?
it
And I
definitely
really like that.
it
Mhm.
was you're telling the story with the pictures more than a sentence could tell.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Had a
Exactly.
lot of depth. Yeah, lots of depth.
And
Um,
mhm.
I think that like visually, again, I think it's very very cute, and I like the meta of it, where it's like the art within the art. I thought that
Yes.
was dope.
Yeah.
But like for me, the favorite part of the story was more like the vibe of like when Toji kind of was just introduced into this new home, and Ray was just like, "This isn't like why we're accepting this person in here," and just like the vibe that the mother gave, like I don't know. For me, I kind of kept relating back to when I was a child, and it was just like after like a whole bunch of bad shit happened, and then all of a sudden my mom had to immediately become a single mother and take care of kids. It's like now you need to grow up, and now you need to take care of your sister, and now you have a whole bunch of responsibilities. Like this is now the situation, and this is what we're dealing with, and like. I don't know. It just like it was a thing that I could personally relate to. Like maybe I was importing my own like wants into that. Like it was just like that vibe that I felt that from the mother figure. But
Mhm.
I mean,
I just thought it was cool.
I think that hits on something really important, Jesus. I think it comes from two perspectives. I think it comes from both Toji and Rei growing up, right? Like Rei having to leave her home and go to this new place and like,
Hmm.
you know, separate from everything that she knows, but having to like really hold her own, but then lean on these people she doesn't know. And then
Yeah.
Toji, you know, who has the single mom, but he's like the eldest, right? And so he takes
Yeah.
care of not only his siblings, but starts to try to take care of Ray when she comes in, right? So I think that's speaks to a point that even I couldn't see why
Yeah.
it's not a situation I grew up with, but yeah.
Mhm. I agree. And um, to kind of piggyback off of that, um, the well, actually, off of the background information that was happening in the background noises, I could literally hear the background noises, like the life that's happening in the
Yeah.
back,
Mm.
whereas we're focusing on like the main story. I could hear it, and I was like, that made me fully into the story. That those little touches really do make or break stories sometimes. So you did a wonderful
Yeah.
job with that. And also, in remark to your remark about you try to do your best with showing, not telling, that is my biggest gripe with movies, fanfics, books, like so many things. Because if if the author cannot, or the producer, director, whatever, cannot tell me something without telling me and instead showing me, I immediately disconnect because I'm like, it could have been so much better. You
Yeah.
really do have to go that extra step of don't just show me or tell me the information. Show me the information. Show me where that, little extra attraction or something is there. Show me where that little extra thing is because I need that. So,
From a film perspective, it's also just I'm from a person who's writing book and does entire shows based on books. I don't read a lot, but a film I do that a lot. it is, I feel, incredibly insulting when the exposition is so bluntly just like, this is what happened, this is why it happened, instead of showing within the art of the movie,
Mhm.
play,
Yeah.
production, or comic. Like, and that's not what happened here. It was, we weren't idiots. You explained to us things that happened in the background because we can see it, and that adds to the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
I think
it's
it speaks.
no, absolutely. What were you saying?
I'm just gonna build on what y'all said and say it really speaks to the artist to be able to do that because it's not an easy skill, right?
Mhm.
We speak about how we hate when people don't do it in movies or TV shows, and I feel like you have a bigger, more room for that when you are in film. But it's not easy to do. You have to
Mm-mm.
really have an understanding of the world you're in, what the characters are like,
Yeah.
what their background is like,
Mhm.
and if you don't know that, then you can't express that to your audience,
Exactly.
right? So
Mhm.
And so much of books and fanfic and the writing world is based on, well, you're reading it, so I'm telling it to you. But
Yeah.
there's so much more behind it that you don't necessarily have to tell in word form. You don't have your character go, "Oh, I don't like you because of all of these things." You can literally be like, "I'm upset that you're a firebender because of this attack that happened."
Yeah,
That
it's folded
you
into the story.
exactly. Um, you made that very wise choice of showing, not telling, and I have to give you so many kudos for that. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Kim. um, I agree. It is a huge pet peeve. So
Mhm.
I believe we are about at that time now. So we are going to
Mhm.
give, because there wasn't really there was not spice in this. So we're gonna leave off the spice rating, but we're gonna give a general 1 to 5 rating for this
Okay.
fanfic. Um,
Do a cozy rating.
yeah, we're doing a
Cozy
cozy
rating.
rating.
We should have different like
I
peppers for
know.
different levels of spice, or I don't
Yeah.
How
know.
many teddy bears does this one get?
Eddie.
or
Aw,
cozy
I wish I
do
would have
hot
thought
to
of that.
cold.
Hmm?
I,
Cozy do hot to cold, which goes with cold
Oh, there you go. There
Oh
you go.
yeah, okay.
and then hot to like Fire Nation, where between hot and cold.
Absolutely. So we're just going to do 1 to 5 stars tonight, but we're going to improve upon that in the future. Um, so
Ooh.
for me, I'll start and I will say, because of the art that was really well done, because of the story that was very well like communicated and showing not telling, and all of these reasons that we really like this, I am seriously giving this a 4.5. There was uh, really like hardly anything I would ever change to this because this is so cute. So these are our. Oh, I'm so sorry. Those are my spices, but that's fine. It's fine. We'll just use our spice tonight. I forgot my stars. So we have our fun little
Lovely.
chili peppers.
Awesome.
Okay. So,
Cool
Claire.
spices in chat.
Thank
What-
you.
Mhm.
I give it a 5 out of 5. 5 star out of 5, just for all the same reasons, right? I thought it was very warm and fuzzy. I love that it took me to a place in the Avatar world, and let me live in that space and give me a whole new home for my love for that show. So I loved it. I thought the art was absolutely spectacular. Yeah, 5 out of 5.
Awesome. Jesus.
Well, I'm not really into romance. I am a horror reader, first of all, so this is definitely out of my comfort zone.
That's
Um,
fair.
uh, I thought the art was amazing. The idea that this was all created out of love and passion definitely adds to it. The story felt like it was just transpired right out of the original source material. So I am also going to see a 4.5 teddy bears for me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wait, is the half a teddy bear like
Yep.
horizontally or
It's like
vertically?
you
Where are we going?
Is
broke
this
it
the
in
face?
half
Part of a teddy
and
bear,
then
or
yeah, It's spliced in half, and
Oh,
organs
oh,
are
that's
falling and everything.
sad.
Okay, we need that.
Okay, well, you are a horror fan, so okay. Jen.
Um, okay, so unpopular opinion. I don't really see a lot of romance in it. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, like, I guess it kind of seems like the romance is like an idea put upon the story, but it really just seems like a sweet childhood, people getting to know each other and becoming friends, which I guess is the beginning of every great love story,
Mhm.
But I could also just see this being, like kind of Toji and Ray's parents, because Toji's mom took in a firebender, and somehow that relationship got set up in the past,
Mhm.
and obviously it wasn't a romantic one. So I give it 4 out of 5 just because in this category, just because like I just don't see the romance. But I love the story. Literarily, I love all of the plot points and the frames and all of that. It's fantastic.
I agree. Lee.
Well, for me, it's a 5 because as soon as I saw this on her table, I immediately wanted it and wanted to share with everybody. I was so excited. I feel like the art just blew me away and the story was amazing. And I have such a deep love for Avatar anyway, so it was just so awesome to see another version, to see something that was put in between some of the different avatars and just like another potential history that could have been there just to further um, rich in the story, if you will, to enrich it, if you will. It was just amazing. I appreciated it so much, and I'm so glad that we found it at the con. It was awesome.
It was
Wait
amazing.
to meet Kim. Yeah.
I 100% agree. I think that this story was so well done. You really should be very proud of what you accomplished, Kim. Um, Toji and Rei is wonderful. We have all of her links, like I said, right here off to the
Can
right.
you send me
Uh-huh.
those in chat so I can post them on?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Um, yes. Let me get that set up. Um, And yes, we will be back in about 2 weeks. March 17th, I believe, is our next one. And we're going to be going back into the books. I believe we will have to see what we're going to do because I think that we're still debating. But we will get a better schedule kind of figured out once we get a little bit further into this fun, wacky world of Madam Jess's Spicy Book Club. I hope you enjoyed this. I know we sure did. Um, we hope that you have a wonderful week and we will see you later. Please remember to be kind to yourself and to others. And we love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.